Guys, what's going on with Ang Lee? The guy has made so many classics of cinema, yet his current film is stuck in development hell. Effectively, it can't get any budget. Now, he has made some incredible technical developments in filmmaking. For example, do you remember Billy Lynn's Halftime Walk? Or before that, there was The Life of Pi, which was shot in 3D. Lee has shown himself to be a master at using new techniques. And his other most recent film, Billy Lynn's Halftime Walk, was actually shot 120 frames per second. Very ambitious. Very few filmmakers would attempt this because typically films are shot in either 24 or maybe 30 frames per second. And also, Billy Lynn's Halftime Walk was in 4K resolution, which again is not something you'll see in most Hollywood films. They prefer perhaps slightly grainier 1K cinematography. There was also The Gemini Man, which starred Will Smith. The interesting thing about this film is that it used de-aging to make it look as if Will Smith was younger and then much older. The same technology, of course, was used in Martin Scorsese's The Irishman, which I believe was released at exactly the same time, also through Netflix. Neither of these films particularly enthralled cinema goers, and they didn't make back their funding. So, since 2019, Ang Lee has not directed a feature film. But certain people are excited about the prospect that Ang Lee is going to direct a film about Ali's big fight with Joe Frazier in Manila. The famous Thrilla in Manila of 1975 is often considered to be the greatest boxing bout of all time. And what makes this even more tantalizing is that Ang Lee wants to shoot the film again in 3D technology, really immersing the viewer in the actual experience. Of course, Ali has been shown in films before. In 2001, he was played by Will Smith, which actually wasn't really that much of a critically acclaimed movie, and certainly didn't win Will Smith the Oscar, which he finally did win when he played Serena Williams' father. Now, why is this film still stuck in development? It does have as well Peter Morgan, who wrote The Crown, on hand to make the screenplay. So that's certainly a good pedigree there. And it's going to be released, if it ever is released, by Studio 8. So it's looking like more of an independent production, albeit one which, if it does get made, would need a significant budget for all of the technical qualities the film would require. We also know that one of the actors involved has also played Ali on the stage. So there is that to look forward to. If you want to know a bit more about the fight, there are plenty of documentaries about it. It took place in Manila in 1975 and was a really grueling fight which went up to 14 rounds, with both boxers really pushing themselves to be the winner. It took place in the Araneta Coliseum in Quezon, Manila, where the Marcos family were in attendance. It was televised across the world. In fact, it took place at a time where it was able to be televised across all different territories. So a really huge media spectacle. And you can, of course, watch the fight on YouTube, but just imagine recreating it in 3D. Most of us have probably never seen this in decent modern technology. So I, for one, really hope that Studio 8 does put this movie into production sometime soon, because Ang Lee is the kind of guy who can make these incredible cinematic spectacles. He's also good at emotion, so he can do both. There's no other director, I think, who could pull this kind of thing off. I know in the past that great directors have had their vanity projects, such as Stanley Kubrick always wanted to make a film about Napoleon. And maybe you're going to say, well, Ang Lee, why does he want to make this film so badly? What's the personal reason behind it? I just think with Ang Lee, he's drawn to these kind of projects anyway. Whether or not he has any personal connection to Muhammad Ali, I don't know. I just think he sees this as a magical spectacle. No one's ever really made a great film about Ali except for the documentaries. And why not make a film about the greatest who's ever lived by one of the greatest directors who's ever lived? Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. I hope I'll see you again next time for another video. See you soon.